Howdy gang. Okay, so I did my research, and, so apparently the end of the hospital section is a common crash point on the PC version, and you can fix that by switching to Windows XP Service Pack 2 or whatever, as is the fix for many things. It's always run in that compatibility setting. But then the game starts to run bad apparently, so like you get past that, then you log out and go back to normal, and then you wait until you get to the next point where it hard crashes, and there's a lot of points like that in the game, and it just sounded like a lot of trouble, even if the fix was going to be that easy. So we are now on the PS3 emulator, and it runs pretty well here, and I think that it actually looks better for the most part. But as you can see on the bottom of the deer head up there, the shadows are a little flickery. Now on the wiki page it says if I run an OpenGL it'll fix that, but it does not seem to be the case in this current version. And the guides I followed said to run this older version of the emulator to stabilize them, and that totally worked, but then the game itself was kind of stuttery, and there was a lot of pop-in, and I thought that was much more frustrating than shadows flickering, because as you can see from this image here, there is one shadow on screen. Like, there's not that many shadows in this game, especially on the console version. So it's really not a big deal to me. Hopefully it isn't to you, but otherwise this is running pretty dang smooth. Also, this particular shadow, it was flickery in both of them. I have no idea why that is. Just a bug, I guess. But, it was like a gurney or something out here. I was doing most of my testing on, like, this one's gonna be flickery on the floor. And, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like that in the older version, obviously, but then stuff like all these vines and stuff would pop in, and there'd be a lot of load time between doors. By a lot, I mean like half a second, but it still was noticeable, and there's stuttering in general, and I wasn't liking it. Stuttering like that, it's probably like shaders being compiled, which I turned off the indicator, otherwise you'd see that on screen. But it was happening a lot more frequently before. Obviously engine improvements happened for the emulator since then. Actually going a bit more now than before. It's probably because I'm recording, but you know, it's such is the way of things. Anyways, this is what we're going with. I will finish this goddamn game because I bought the sequel, and I want to play that too. So, yeah. And this whole thing was actually pretty easy to set up, if I'm being honest. Not too many settings to tweak. Just finding your game ISO is the hard part, assuming you don't have a PS3 to dump it from. Which you obviously should, but y'all know I own this on Steam, so I feel morally correct. The weird thing about emulating PS3 games is, I should get moving, a good chunk of the PS3's library is like still available on like Steam and stuff, like it's accessible. So like there's a bit of a moral gray area there, but the PS3 itself no longer has access to PSN, like it's an offline console. So I think that you are free to emulate, if you ask me, but specifically only like exclusive games that you wouldn't be able to play elsewhere. Which is all of them, because the PS4 is not backwards compatible, so, yeah. Or something like Red Dead Redemption, which is not on PC for whatever reason. That would be a great way to play it, actually. So I feel like I can hear the monsters from shadows, right? I can hear them a lot more clearly now. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention before. I think the lighting in this one looks better. I don't know if that was anything to do with the sweet effects, or they said they changed the lighting. I think that was the whole reason we had the sweet effects before, but like, I don't know, it looks more like scarier. The flashlight definitely looks a little more useful, even though it's not very dark at all. My weapon. Yeah. Won't kill this. Oh, it also didn't take me very long to get back here at all. There were just, you know, a lot of cutscenes I had to skip. It only took me like an hour. It really wasn't a big deal. And then I went and tested a couple other games I've been meaning to play. Since I have this now, and I never really thought to emulate a PS3 game before, but... You know, the 360 emulator is really good. Maybe that's changed. Still, anyways, if you have not purchased the game elsewhere, I would probably recommend buying the Switch version. That seems like the best way. Because even this isn't perfect.
Agent Morgan, if you're so desperate, then why not smoke two at once?
Who's that old man?
That's Harry. Harry Stewart. One of the bigger problems around here. His father started up the lumber trade and founded this town. He's a weird one, as I'm sure you can see. Always dressed like that, never speaking to the townsfolk. And just FYI, he owns almost the entire town.
He looks evil. Evil oil tycoon.
Not that makes any difference. So long as I'm
Wood
around,
tycoon.
he won't be getting away with any funny business.
Big wood.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, haste won't lead you to what you seek. Keep your eyes focused on your footing as we speak. So says Mr. Stewart.
Nice to meet you, too. How did you know my name?
I don't know what's up with his back.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, information desires you, just as you desire information too. So says Mr. Stewart.
Harry, stop trying to get in our way. Keep this up, and even you'll have to answer to the law.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, with each rain our town goes mad. To our disdain, unpreventable. So sad. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning.
Then we shall depart, Mr. Francis York Morgan.
That's how he always is. Always spouting that nonsense. Don't give it any thought. It's all gibberish.
Emily here. Uh-huh. Oh. Okay, thank you, Thomas. Agent York, we've contacted the first witnesses to the crime scene. You can interview them where they found the dead body.
Excellent. I was just about to ask if you could take me there.
Clear. It feels like they're supposed to give me like a letter grade or something on this screen, but they don't. It has something to do with what you get paid. Doga nut. You know, it takes a lot more polygons to model an actual donut like that, so normally they just like bring all the points to a close in the
body
center
was
and
found
paint
in
it
the
black or
Greenvale Forest
something.
Park. That's west from here.
It's rare that it
Too far
actually
to
has a
walk.
hole
A
in
forest
it.
park.
It's the pride of the town. It has a beautiful trail leading to a viewing site over Velvet
The
Falls.
echoing is an issue
does
with the
sound
PS3
fantastic.
version of the game that
Show me the sights.
everybody neglected to
That may have to
mention.
wait. We promised to be there
But
by
it has nothing to do
1800
with
to
the
interview the
emulator.
first witnesses to the crime scene.
It's mostly only noticeable when York is talking to himself. Also, I've been having an issue where, like, whenever I'm playing anything, specifically with keyboard and mouse, the game will just, like, stop refreshing and it, you know, it won't crash and it'll totally go back to normal if I just Alt-Tab or press Windows key, whatever. But, yeah, I think that's what happened there with the cutscene, so I did that. So you know, and it doesn't happen like too often. Like some games, it doesn't even happen at all. I'm still trying to figure out how to fix it because I don't know how to search it. I look it up and everybody's just like, "Is it crashing?" No, it's not crashing. The screen just stops refreshing. It's like freezing. But freezing and crashing both are like the same issue, and it's not freezing. My computer is totally functional, and like my mouse moves and everything. Just I don't know what the fuck. Oh, something else I wanted to mention. So this game actually has rebindable controls, which I think is awesome. But even though I was able to switch the shooting controls to be on the triggers, which is preferable, they don't apply to when you're in the vehicle, so I still have to control the vehicle with the bumpers, which is awful because the bumpers are buttons, you know, you can't ease into it like a gas pedal. That means you have very little speed control still, and I think the car just feels significantly worse in this version in general. Like it kind of goes slower for whatever reason. But also the turning is really stiff. I've got issues with driving. Alright, I saw the purple indicator. I was like, oh, let me go there, but it's the red indicator that I want. Doing it again, or maybe that's it, compiling the shaders. I don't know, dog. I swear to God, this whole thing was smoother last time I was playing it.
Agent Morgan, if I could just give you a friendly warning.
Are you really upset about me taking over the case?
Yes.
I have the authority approved by the FBI to assume command. I understand you don't like it, but you will follow my orders.
I'm not disputing FBI authority, but this is our town. You won't get far alone, and you gain nothing by antagonizing me.
It's part of my personality. I just do things my way. I can take you off the case if you wish.
Stop it, you two. We need to solve this case, not bicker among ourselves.
Alright, because driving is so much more difficult and like exclusively doing third-person camera. Another interesting thing about this emulator, you get achievements still. It's cute, I like getting achievements.
Anna's body was discovered by the woodsman Jim Green, along with his 2 grandchildren.
I didn't know how
Isaac
they'd
and
handle
Isaiah.
it, but
What
I
was
guess
he doing in the forest?
Crash if it wasn't implemented.
Just their daily routine. They found Anna's body during a morning walk.
So you've talked to them already?
Not officially. Not yet.
Not yet. Are you out of your mind? You haven't interviewed them yet?
Agent York, that tone is hardly appropriate. We were given orders to wait for you to arrive.
Orders by who?
A man called Abrams from the FBI.
Robert, is it? Oh, Bob Abrams. I did tell him to stay out of it. It's always tough to have a meddling boss, huh, Zach?
I thought you knew, Agent Morgan. Don't worry about it. We may not have taken official statements, but we got all the information we need. I can fill you in right now if you'd like.
Thanks, George, but that won't be necessary. I want to hear the details from the witnesses themselves, firsthand.
I just can't believe that the children had to witness the crime scene. They may be traumatized. You'd better do this carefully.
Don't tell me you get nervous talking to children, Emily.
Not at all. That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Just forget it.
Oh, another thing I should probably mention, we're playing the director's cut, because that's the version that I own, but the re-release on Switch is the base version of the game, because apparently the extra scenes added in director's cut are not canon to ignores them, and it's not a big deal. I guess there weren't too many of them, but still, it's something to consider. Apparently, Director's Cut has its own issues, but there are also some bug fixes, so I don't know. I feel like this is probably the right version to download, though I could have also gotten just the normal version of the game. Seems that worked better. How do I zoom out? Is it just a stick? Oh, I can't zoom out very far. So where the hell am I trying to go? Fishing phone. Tree of Anna. Oh, from the intro. I'm missing some quality of life things, like there's no snap to player. There's no arrow pointing towards the player. I think if I exit the map, it might start on me, but then I have to find the objective. City Hall, I think. God, that's a drive. It looks like I make a left coming up. Yeah. Left, left, right, right. Left, 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 right. I haven't actually tested if the blinker does anything, because there weren't any cars on the road the first time we drove. But maybe it'll alert the NPCs that I'm turning and they won't get in my way. I'm driving like a maniac. You see I have a gas meter and I'm at about half. You do have to refill that. I think the other one's the car's health. Crashing into things. I'm trying to get better. You just gotta slow down before a turn. The thing about the brakes is they don't stomp on them or anything. You kind of slow down a little. Guess that kind of helps. Do a little drift, holding both in.
Agent Morgan, how much longer do you want to keep talking? Maybe we should cut the chit-chat and go get our official statements.
George is right. Let's head over to the forest park.
This tunnel needs work. Also, if nothing's moving, the shadows will stabilize eventually. It's interesting. So take the right over here, and then it's just a straight path to a dead end. Top speed is 50 miles an hour.
Agent Morgan, how much longer do you want to keep talking? Maybe we should cut the chit-chat and go get our official statements.
George is right. Let's head over to the forest park.
These are where your tax dollars are going. These cops are driving fucking gas guzzlers. I don't know if I'll have enough to make it back. There's another car sitting in the lot that I can steal. I suppose I don't really need the map anymore. I can shrink that. It kind of hurts my eyes, honestly. I have it up like that. Same with the map in Diablo. Overlays the screen and you can still see everything that's going on. I don't like that. You have to like switch focus from the top layer to the bottom layer depending on what you're actually trying to look at. And like I'd rather just go to a pause screen with the map. Boy, it's pretty bad here, isn't it?
Is this government land?
No, it's private. Owned by Harry.
This whole area?
That's right. I'm sure I mentioned that he owns pretty much the whole town.
He used the money left by his father to buy up most of the town. Many town residents live on his land.
Zach, did you hear that? This entire park. A rich man's personal playground. These country rich folk are amazing. It all looks very well kept, too. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis
Put
York.
the body down.
Please call me York. It's what everyone calls me. And you are Jim Green?
That I am, son. I keep these woods.
Well, you're doing a fine job.
Well, I used to be a tree surgeon.
And these two discovered the body?
Yes, my grandchildren, Isaac and Isaiah.
Isaac, I read so much about your binding.
Zach, you see that? Twins. Just like in my dream. We gotta keep an eye on these two.
I'm sorry. Could we talk away from the boys? I want to help your investigation, but I don't want them to hear this.
Very well. Emily, please.
I'll just take them over there then.
Thank you.
Hold on. Don't do anything without asking me. These children were the first to witness the crime scene. I want to talk to them.
Come on, they're just kids. They have no idea what really happened to Anna.
That doesn't matter. You agree with me, right, Zach?
How heartless. Do you ever think of other people's feelings, ever?
Emily's right. That's stone cold, even for the sake of investigation.
Children see things in pure, simple terms. They may have seen something we adults would never spot, and they are here at our request as well. We could at least chat with them and see if they want to make a statement.
Are you serious?
I never joke about matters like this.
Oh my god.
Don't worry. They aren't as fragile as you think.
Smile.
Look at them, standing so upright there.
Sitting. Hello, children.
Now then, Isaac, Isaiah, tell me, what did you find here?
Anna, she was so pretty. She had a red dress on. Her hair was shining. Bright gold hair. There were lots of animals around her. Squirrels, weasels, and a snake. A real
Keep them off the
snake.
screen to
We
hurt
didn't
your eyes
know
less.
until then. But we know now. Anna was the fairy of the forest. She was a goddess. She smiled when she saw us. She looked so happy.
That's right, Isaac, Isaiah. She was a fairy. A goddess. I'm sure she is playing with those animals even now.
Of course she is. Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Most useful information, boys. Well, Emily, you can take them now. Okay, Zach. This is where Anna's body was. And that means our unsub, our unknown subject, was here too. So, what happened here?
PS2S skybox. It's just a spinning storm for no reason.
Zach, something is still missing. We need more clues.
Crime scene. We'll look around. Rushing on the grass, I think we have a clue. You got 2 bent pieces of grass. Wow. 2 bent patches? They look like feet to me. There's no need to profile until you have all the evidence. There's a card over here. Is it on the tree? Do I have to shoot it down? My 9mm penis. Money. Can of pickles. Can I have some? Two. Another can of pickles. A whole bunch of them there, actually. Another can of... There's one. I have not sated my hunger yet. Wait, what? It filled the wrong meter. Are they mislabeled? That'd make a lot more sense for me to be more hungry than tired, but... We'll reload. Infinite pickles glitch. Pickle percent run. It's about an hour and a half. Take a little nap if you need it. I don't know what's up that bone. I think I would like to find out. Check the map. What is that? Something tells me there's like a fight that happens here later, and I just shoot my way through barriers while zombies are up my ass to get up there or something. Picture of a vest with holes. Big hole in the back.
As you requested, we have permission to stay and look around as needed. But what are you planning on doing?
To examine the scene, of course. Basic Crime Investigation 101. We might uncover some further evidence.
My men have covered this already. I seriously doubt that there is anything else to find.
Well, then you and Emily can wait in the car if that's the case. But I'll take my time here.
But when it starts raining, you put on this little poncho. It only covers your torso, though, and he doesn't put the hood up. It's like a little half-assed in that regard, but also the poncho itself doesn't cover much. Your suit's still getting fucking soaked. Bird nest. Chip with rusted metal dust. What kind of chip? Like a wood chip or like a potato chip? Oh wait, no, that's a clue. I guess that the lumber yard's the next level that I remember. It's all rusty in there, so you know, that's like a rusty wood chip, you know. Sorry, it's just so enticing to go down that path. There's still something here. Just feel it with my heads-up display. Probably up in another tree. There it is. Woo. Missing piece of pinwheel shoe. You know, those can be used for self-defense. Because that small surface area, it'll actually like puncture someone's fucking skull if you hit them with their stiletto heel. You got a thick boy heel, it ain't gonna do shit, but stilettos, those will kill a man.
I haven't seen one of these in a long time. It's upside down.
They're usually steel in there, too.
I guess this is meant to be an anti-peace sentiment, then.
These holes on the ground were made by high stiletto heels all around here. And this depression here, Agent Morgan, I see what happened here. He hung her from the tree and put on her shoes. He was really enjoying it. A sicko. And he knelt down. And disgusting.
George, you certainly have a vivid imagination. An interesting theory. Don't you think, Zach? What was his name again? That Hollywood producer. That's right. Joel. We really ought to introduce George to him, Zach. Profiling is a little different from writing a screenplay, though.
But he doesn't use the last
An
name,
idea
so
being
it's
interesting doesn't make it fact. Let me enlighten you, George.
But I'm not
The
a movie
footprints
guy.
reveal that one of the heels were missing from the shoes. And they're different from Anna's shoes that we saw at the office. Furthermore, there would be even more disgusting evidence if he did kneel and, well, do as you suggested. If you want proof,
Drink the blood,
go ahead and try
eat
it for
her out,
yourself.
jerk off. What do you do?
He knelt here for a reason other than simple perversion. Zach, what was he doing in front of Anna?
Praying. Kid said she looked like a goddess. Oh, the chip must be a nail.
Jeez. I hate this. Why did it come to this?
Now I get it. He was kneeling to pray in front of her. Just like the twins said. She was a goddess. The unsung, our unknown subject, offered prayers to Anna's body. Its big-mouthed tongue and massive body wound. Once dead Anna was transformed from an object of despite into one of worship. So who is Miss Stiletto Heels? The steps are close coming up to the body, and then farther apart going away.
There was a reason to hurry away then.
That settles it then, George. Miss Stiletto Heels is a third party here. She's not the murderer. No one runs away from an object of worship. She could be another victim who was with Anna. Or perhaps an accomplice who fled for some reason. She is also one who took whatever it was Anna was holding on to in her hand.
But why? Why did she leave her here?
Only Miss Stiletto Heels knows the reason for that. She might know something about the man with the reversed peace mark, too. How many women wear high stiletto heels in this town, do you think?
Oh, I should think most of them have at least one pair. I do too, before you ask. But nobody would come all the way out here wearing them, except, well...
Except an
maybe
idiot
one
who wears
person.
stiletto heels at all. They destroy your knees
Don't
and
keep
your
me in the dark,
ankles.
then. Who might this elegant lady
And they're
be?
impractical to walk in.
Diane, the owner of the art gallery. But she's out of town for a big art auction. I heard she'll be coming back in a couple days.
Then we'll just have to give her a warm welcome home. A more immediate matter, then. Where in town can you find something like this? It should be a building that isn't used anymore, with either a lot of metal or metal machinery or something like that.
The old lumber mill.
Then it's time to really get this show on the road. Could you guide me to this perfect setting for extravagant murder?
Extravagant Murder. It's a title for a book. He's wearing a different suit in that picture. I don't like that it didn't use my character. How dare they use a pre-baked image?
The lumber mill is pretty far from here. If that's where she was killed, why would the killer go to all the trouble of carrying her all the way here?
I don't know yet. My profiling instincts tell me one thing is for sure, though. The unsub's personality is totally different before and after the crime. The unsub killed her in a brutal, horrifying way, and then displays powerful adoration after she's dead. Something close to love. That could well be the key to all this. I will say this, though, George. Profiling is a risky business. Of course, if the unsub planted those stiletto footprints himself, well then, everything I've just said falls apart. But there's no evidence that he left those stiletto footprints. I'm sure we have Miss Stiletto Heels to thank for those tracks. All I can do is deduce the unsub's feelings in light of the evidence, and carefully figure the unsub's MO, modus operandi, his way of thinking. It usually unveils something that a normal forensic analysis may overlook. That's my way of profiling. It's not for everyone, but it works for me.
Do I have infinite cast right now? That's maybe because they had the option to go on ahead before, and maybe like they're stuck with me now. I don't know why else that would be. I don't want to go grab that one here, but see if it might come back from fishing or something. I don't know what's up this flower. But we will have plenty of free time later. There's a mission coming up for like... There's a meeting at the city hall, and you have to wait for it to happen at like a specific time. And it takes like a day or two, just wandering around east side activities, so... guess we'll find out what these bones are, what these flowers do, all that fun stuff. Just go back the way I came and then take the right.
When I first joined the force, this lumber mill was still in full swing.
It closed up right when I first moved here.
And now it's totally abandoned.
I presume so. I've never really been inside, so I don't know for sure, but it sure is run down.
Deserted buildings are perfect for criminal hideouts and activities. I keep telling Harry to have the place torn down.
Probably. After all, it's already been used as the site of Anna's murder.
We don't know that for sure yet, Agent Morgan.
That's right, from your point of view. But the perpetrator selected the lumber.
Agent York, you seem very confident about this.
Confident? No. Confidence is a sweet spot between being rude and hopeless. I'm just drawing natural conclusions from the facts that we have seen.
That sounds exactly like being full of confidence, at least to me. And to normal people with common sense.
Common sense can be the opposite of fact sometimes. Bear that in mind.
Oh, I will, Agent York. Thank you for another pearl of wisdom.
Either way, we'll know for sure by simply going to the lumber mill. So keep your pearls of wisdom to yourself, and let's hurry.
Well said, George. Can you step on it, Agent York?
Hold on, that's really bugging me how the camera inverts like that. Like I turn right and the camera turns left. I don't know. There's gotta be an option for that. Of course not. Damn. Oh well, we'll deal with it. This makes it hard to see, especially when we're going around these turny turns. Standing still. No, a minute passed. A collectible flower or it's an NPC. I think I know the one. We'll wait for her to show up before we figure that out. Yeah, I am stuck in this mission. I can't get out of the car, so it has infinite gas. That's good to know. It'd be real unfortunate if you ran out of fuel during a mission, like a car chase or something. I think can totally happen to you in Mafia 2. But they usually just give you a different car, but you know, if you were like fucking around too much, yeah, hypothetically could. guess me controlling the camera myself can fix the issue. That's
I'm going in alone.
So.
You two stay here. I can't concentrate on profiling with other people around me.
Now hold on a minute. We're investigating this case together.
Listen, I can't risk the crime scene being compromised by you two.
What are you saying? You're not the only professional law enforcement officer here, Agent Morgan. We know how to secure crime scenes.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me. But this is how I operate. Furthermore...
Yes? Furthermore what?
To me, the outsider FBI agent, every citizen of this town is a suspect. You two could be in on this whole thing for all I know. I have to keep suspects out of the crime scene.
How can you say such a thing? Is he making fun of us? We should have left him behind and come here by ourselves.
You're right. I've never been so insulted.
Sorry, but I'm just doing my job. Did you hear that, Zach? If they're pros, then we should let every first-person shooter gamer out there join the SWAT team. Zach, they're here.
I've had an actual adult watch me play a Wii game. He was like, they're actually using these games to train children to be killers now. They want to join the army. He was talking to my parents, but, you know, it was hard to keep a straight face. Luckily, I was the one playing the game. I think I was playing the Conduit. I never got very far in. I was still in the first mission, so I wasn't shooting aliens or anything yet, but, you know. The game has a really rough start, just like Resistance. You don't have any healing on the first mission because you don't have a special suit yet. Apparently the 360 version is like always an over-the-shoulder mode. It makes it look a lot more like Resident Evil 4. And some people like that camera better. I think it's probably going to be like poorly done and make York take up way too much of the screen. Otherwise, yeah, I might prefer something like this.
Amazing.
Don't tease me, bro. Now they just have like a duplicate of the wall with a fog texture on it, and they've got like a flat polygon with fog on it right here. Makes the whole area look foggy because you can see it from a distance, but you know, once you get close to it, you know the truth. Still, fog's like a pretty expensive particle effect to try to run. No, it's a pretty decent way of faking it, and just, you know, don't put that right in the middle of the room like that. Maybe like at the door or something, where you have another one waiting. Or, you know, you already have it like going in a different direction, like on the walls here, so maybe the transition would feel smoother. killed her. I love playing things and like noticing things like that. See how they did effects. But I can do it myself as someone who doesn't have
Just
a
as I
budget.
thought, Zach. This is where Anna was killed.
Like I said, the game doesn't have a lot of shadows. You can see what shadows are done in real time because they're flickering right now. Everything else is like drawn on the map. It's baked in lighting. Or it's, you know, textured like that because this tile set is only used for this facility.
Hey. Come here.
So just give birth? Sex? It's inhaled for like
Too much
5
noise.
minutes.
We're still missing a vital piece of the puzzle.
Alright, alright, alright. Another thing, that tie glitch we saw where it like came out my back, it was literally like that when I started this. It's obviously a physics engine, of course it persists across both versions. I just thought it was funny that it was still there. Wow, 10mm submachine gun.
Zach, it's almost like an altar. Was the murder some kind of ritual?
I got my mouthpiece to read my Miranda rights and my side piece to read my Second Amendment rights. Because I had to spend justice. Yeah, it's definitely compiling shaders because we're in a new area. It'll smooth out the longer we play. This area is actually like kind of a big level. There's like a boss fight here too, as I remember. Probably why it gave us the SMG just now. Smoked salmon, fuck yeah. Key. What?
Where are you hiding?
Who is this? Weird how it changes the shadowing on his face. Like, fucks with that. With the gray suit. I'm sorry. Check my side. Sounds like you're behind me. Don't kill me. Is it bad that I'm better at aiming in this game than in Dead Space? Crowbar? Totally forgot I could be sending these to toolbox. Custom. And take York for a gun nut. That's where all they come. I think that's a bug. Or if I just shoot it. Yeah, kinda. You gotta aim, but you can. It's hilarious. I was hoping to turn it off with some shadows. Taking a piss. A huge upside down peace mark's been drawn on the steam engine tank. Any idea what it means, Zach? It means anarchy, of course. I just use that. Oh, peace. Peace my ass. Hitbox would turn off after they fell over. Gotta wait for the corpse to finish rotting. Maybe a crime. Looks like PT. Man! The man! guys, I'm so sorry. The game already has an epilepsy warning, so shame on you if you're having a seizure right now, but this isn't helping. Golf club. Got my 9mm and my 9 iron. In the toilet, little abortion in the toilet, like a steak texture. Flush the period blood. I don't know how many times I've had to do this. Women are so gross. Try to flush her tampons because they don't want to stick their hands in the gross spots, but then they just clog the damn toilet and it's all filled with blood. Yuck. No.
Amazing.
If I have to wait anyways, I might as well reload, right? Oh. We have thingies to talk about. I can expose the whole thing. Yeah, so first some updates. Me being a trendsetter that I am, roughly a month after finishing The Sinking City, Frogwares, I guess went through another lawsuit with Nikon, and they now are the sole rights owners to The Sinking City, and they are currently working on putting out the updated version of the game on Steam. I guess they're doing like another patch, like a new patch for it, so that's why it's not out right away, but it's coming. And that means that after we played a broken version of the game, a good version's coming. Kinda shitty, but good for them. Happy to hear it. The other one, Dragon Age Origins, it was a leak, so there's no like ETA on it, but that also getting remastered, Re-Origins, allegedly. Awesome. It needs to be playable on modern consoles. Even though I never played the console version, hopefully one that runs better on Windows 10 would come out. Not that it gave me any issues before, but, you know, compatibility is always going to become an issue eventually. I'm on Windows 11 now, I guess. And then Diablo, we also talked about. These are like the last 3 games we played, guys. Or, you know, except for Skyward Sword, which already dies. And that was announced after I said that I planned on playing it, and I threw it on the list on my Twitch page for FYI. Just like Dead Space was remastered after we finished playing it, or the announcement was made. Yeah, so Diablo 1 is on Battle.net now. Along with Warcraft 1 and 2. Which I'm good. I hope that they're functional versions, like the ones they sell in GOG, but also, I don't think they had Warcraft 1 and 2 on PC, so that's a good thing overall if it does work. But also, and like, just to remind everyone, Warcraft 3 Reforged is not finished, to my knowledge, so that really sucks. I'm pretty sure it came out and it only had the human campaign, and like some of the models are like mixed or they look even worse than the originals, and like yeah. I'm pretty sure they like abandoned it because everybody who bought it early because they were excited for it, probably the only people who wanted to play it, were already disappointed. That sucks. But I did see a cool mod that remasters the Orc campaign from Warcraft 2 in Warcraft 3 Reforged. It's all voice acted and stuff. That looked really cool. So the shame of that is, of course, that the human campaign is not there. So, you know, I know they're just modders, but it's almost just as bad. The Warcraft 3, of course, has a lot more than just an orc and human campaign. Got the undead and the night elves. And then, like, the Naga and Blood Elves in the expansion. Puddles on the ground or enemy spawners. Alright, so next on the list was The Legend of Tianding. It is a Taiwanese developed game about a Taiwanese folk hero, Tianding. Or Tianding, you might say in English. I don't know much about Taiwan. I kind of thought that it was just a part of China that maybe went independent, like it was a colony or something, but and maybe that is the case. It seems like they were Qing Dynasty slaves, and then there was a Japanese occupation at some point, maybe? So maybe that's when they became free and developed their own culture, but, you know, the Japanese don't treat them equally either. They still refer to them as king's slaves or something. Anyways, it's like a... probably like 1900s, late 1800s. There's like trains and stuff, people are wearing suits, but you're a kung fu thief man with a knife. Sort of a Robin Hood, steal from rich, get the show, that kind of thing, you know, whatever. The game is mostly not voice acted, but when it is, it's all in Taiwanese, so there's that. Otherwise, it's still in like a comic book panel style. It's pretty cool. I like the art style. It looks kind of like Batman the Animated Series or something. I think it's an older, nostalgic style to me. The game itself is like 2.5D, but the characters are kind of flat. They might be sprites, I'm not sure. And like in the backgrounds, they have this like dithering effect to make it look like comic book paper. It actually looks pretty good. The game itself is like a level-based beat-em-up, and you get new abilities with the movement utility, kind of like Guacamelee, but it's not a Metroidvania. You can just get some upgrades here and there. Like there are chests all over the place if you do platforming challenges, and enemies will sometimes drop things, and they're just like a bunch of little things you get. Maybe like, here's a flyer for this Taiwanese business, or there's a book about this thing, and there's a new knife handle or whatever, I don't know. Just get like, I think there's 140 of them. They'll give you small bonuses, like bonus stamina regen, a little more health, better healing, more damage with the knife, more damage with this specific weapon, or durability with that specific weapon, because you can steal weapons from enemies, you can disarm them and use their things. There's a pretty good amount of variety with that. Every level adds at least 1 or 2 new enemies. And there's like a little talisman system, kind of like Hollow Knight, that affects all those things as well. There's beggars on the street. You get money when you beat guys up, and you can like hand them things to get those gifts as well. And there's a blacksmith, though he's not really a blacksmith, I guess he's just an armor trader. Like, yeah, I found this sword. It's the sharpest sword I've ever seen. You can buy a couple weapon upgrades from them. The moves, you get most of them right at the beginning of the game, and then just like 1 or 2 more after that. So, well, it felt cool at first. Kind of gets a little stale. Not that it ever feels bad, but like, you'd expect to get more moves or things to evolve at all, but the combat does not evolve at all. So it kind of feels like it lacks depth after you've spent a few hours with it, even though it does feel fine for what it is. Kind of vanilla-wary, but like, can't really combo too well, kind of like Fist. Forge and Shadow Torch, we talked about before. The moves are definitely designed to combo together, but I don't feel like they got the knockback values on them correct. And like, after an enemy hits the ground, they can't take damage anymore until they get up, even though you have like a ground pound move, so that makes comboing it a little bit more difficult too. Not that I'm much of a fancy combo guy anyways, but still, it would have been nice. I feel like I couldn't even do some basic stuff that really should have been there. The boss fights are pretty challenging, that's good. Otherwise, the combat itself isn't too challenging, it's just fun. Hit a guy a few times, steal his weapon, beat his ass even harder, and, you know, move on. Watch coins fly out everywhere, it's fun. And platforming's kind of fun too. You've got like this an angled point zip on some things, like what was it? Shovel Knight, the Ghost Knight, Spectre Knight campaign. I think he had a similar ability. And yeah, I think it was like a student project, maybe, something. It was like Taiwan University Studios or something. I don't remember what it was. It said it though, like it tipped me off to that. You know, it was neat. I didn't know, again, that they had their own folk heroes and stuff, or their own culture at all. I really thought it was just Chinese, basically. So I guess that was a little neat to worry about, to learn about, but, you know, the story's nothing special overall. Fine. The gameplay was fun, but again, it didn't evolve enough. The game's not too long, though. You can beat it in, like, less than 10 hours. There's side quests where they like tell you to go back to a level. It's usually the sewers, to go look for items, which will drop as a random from an enemy. So I tacked on a few more hours trying to get a random drop to happen, and I just couldn't until it finally did. For a street thug, right? I was just trying to beat up one specific faction of enemy. That was why I had to go to the sewers. It ended up dropping after, like, right after I gave up. Still, that tacked on more time. Otherwise, if you're not going for completion, which you probably don't want to, because there's a lot of items that are dependent on that random drop. You know, it's quick, short and sweet. Boss fights again were challenging, which I guess is a good thing. Like, they took some mastery. Fun. The game's got some flaws, but it was alright. And yeah, it's very straightforward. There's just not a lot to talk about there. What's the other game? Tinykin. I've been sitting on this one for a while. I think I bought it during the summer sale of last year. It's basically a platformer, but you have Tinykins with you, like Pikmin. Each one has a slightly different function. You throw them at shit. There's no combat. They can use them for puzzles. I use the term lightly. It's really very easy, the whole game. It's not a problem. It's a fun enough time. It's movement is fun, like especially once you get your soap board after the tutorial. You know, the little slidey bar of soap lets you zip around fast and grind on shit. And there's an update that came later on that added like time trial challenges and makes you race through a level, try to get medals for beating times. Those are pretty challenging. I mean, it took me a couple tries. For the most part, I thought the platinum wasn't terrible. I mean, I got it in just doing a run with no obvious mistakes most of the time, but the first level specifically, I was trying that for several hours because it needed absolute mastery. I needed to go through and look for all these special ways to save time. Every second counted. I just made it by the hair on my ass. But getting gold medals and watching costumes for your guy, you love that. They're all cute. The game takes place inside a house, like a human house, but you're tiny. And the whole place has like been taken over by bugs. I guess the human left a long time ago. So you've got all these things like making unique environments, like overgrown plants, or like in the kitchen they have like a farmland made of sponges. Like the rough side with the green is like a patch of grass, and they flip it over and it's the yellow, it looks like a wheat field. They've got waterfalls made with like towels that are filled with water, and it's just leaking down from there and stuff like that. It was cute.
Huh?
So if it wasn't obvious, the wall texture's bugged out. I don't know why it looks like that. Is that hair? A red herring? I miss a clue? I said there's no combat, right? I mean, that was a bit of a letdown. And the game didn't need it. It was cozy enough. The movement was fun. It's just, you know, you get Tinykins, and what do you do with them? The different types. There are the purple ones that lift shit. There's the red ones that explode. There are specific things you're supposed to explode on. And there's these green ones. You hold R, and they make a little ladder, like monkeys in a barrel. So, like, the challenge there is finding enough of them to make a tall enough thing to get to certain places. And then there are blue ones that have wings, and you line them up to make bridges. Isn't what I expected, but okay. And your character himself has a soap bubble that you can use for gliding. And as you collect the main collectible, which is little pollen balls, you use them to make some brew one of the NPCs, and he gives you a bubble upgrade. So the more collectibles you get, the longer you can glide in the air, which you need to get to certain locations. Like, you need a certain amount of air time. They tell you how much you need, which is appreciated. And I don't know, you know, after you get like 4 of them, you don't really need any more, and I kind of wish there was more than one kind of upgrade, but that's all there is. Maybe a speed upgrade for it, so that would have been really helpful with the time trials, because you actually go at like the slowest speed when you get in your bubble. Part of that was like taking risks, trying to spend as much time on the ground as possible, and grinding especially. Because you get a speed boost when you grind. The thing about grinding though is when you're on like spider silk, that is like a shortcut system you unlock, your movement is locked onto it until you jump off, which is good. But if you're trying to grind on any other surface that is not silk, if you're like holding forward and your camera is not facing directly forward, there's a good chance that you'll just slide off and it'll ruin your whole fucking run. So I had to like get in the habit of just sliding towards an edge and letting go, so that you'll just slide along the rail as he's supposed to. And it took getting used to, but that was a big pro tip. Yeah, it's just a sort of platformer collectathon. It's not very long, less than 10 hours, probably less than 6 if you're not going for 100%. There's like 5 levels. They're kind of big. That's what they went for. It's like big explorable spaces. Each one's a different room in the house. You've got like the living room, the kitchen, the bathrooms, the bedroom, the entry hall. I don't know. It's like they call it the crossing. It's a big feature of it's just the stairs and like the front door. And I don't know. It's just a room. There's nothing particularly special about that one. There's like the attic too, but it's not really level. Oh, there's like a greenhouse room, I remember that one. Said overgrown plants is one of the things, so yeah. Each one's home to a different kind of bug. I guess there's a lot of references with them. I got a few, but I don't watch TV very much. I'm sure a lot went over my head. But one of the secrets which you get an achievement for had like a big crazy reveal that made my jaw hit the floor. I was like, what? Like recontextualized the entire game. It was kind of crazy. And even if you don't find it, you'll still get a peep of it at the end, though you'll think it's for other reasons, and it probably won't have the same effect on you. Yeah. That was neat. I forgot to mention that you're like from space, because of course you are. Let's see, I guess your guy is a teacher, and he doesn't think that humans are from the planet that he's on. He one day finds a radio signal that seems human, and he goes to chase it, and it just... And I guess something goes wrong with his teleporter, because his dog companion doesn't get teleported with him, and you end up in this house. It's like, why'd you shrink? But did you shrink? You do get answers to that, but it all, like, comes out of nowhere at the end of the game. It's all kind of irrelevant for the whole thing, really. You're just looking for a way to build a machine, which I guess is going to be your way home, but they don't really tell you what the machine does. That's the whole point. In each room, you're looking for a specific object to come back for your machine. Designed by the owner of the house, apparently. All the bugs worship him like some kind of deity because, you know, he comes back with groceries and stuff and replenishes their supplies. I guess he allegedly built all the structures and set the rooms up for the bugs. I don't know, I wish that they explained more about that, because, like, what the fuck, why would he do such a thing? I guess you might have an answer, but there's a lot of assumptions made. If that's the case. Anyways, had a good time. It was cozy, adventures, short and sweet. Again, I wish there was some kind of conflict, but the time trials were challenging enough. And, you know, the movement was fun there, so I had a good time. Oh, and everything's like a billboard sprite, so, like, you know, they're flat paper-like characters in 3D. Yeah, good time. I will give that, like,
Amazing.
say 8 out of 10. I see, like, a lot of room for growth if they want to do a sequel. But it's solid for what it is. There wasn't anything particularly disappointing other than the lack of combat, but, you know, I said that it didn't need it. It made up for it. It's okay to just be a platformer sometimes. Oh, and Tianding, that one gets more like a 6. Because the combat got stale too quickly and didn't evolve. Like, it needed to give me new moves at a steadier pace. You do get, like, a new item in each level to change things up a bit. Like, you'll get wall jump boots or a little glider in the last level, but, like, the game's not a platformer. It focuses a lot more on the combat. So getting platformer upgrades didn't feel, like, too meaningful. I need to shoot that lock off. Yeah. It was like, you know, a few steps short from being actually pretty good. It just needed to have more combat options, maybe like a skill tree. You could spend all that money on new abilities instead of giving it all to beggars or something. Giving it to beggars is thematic, and, you know, getting all those little baby upgrades to make you strong from, like, the support of the people. That's, like, cool thematically, too. And there just needed to be a little more to the combat, and it would have been great. So, you know, just slightly under-delivered. But it was still good. Is a boss, by the way. I guess I'm on a timer. Maybe it's a different fight I'm thinking of. There's definitely something here. I think it has, like, people on it. Like, it's another tree, but it has bodies. Sorry, those are both kind of short, but those are both like rather simple games. There just wasn't much to talk about. The story was kind of inconsequential in both of them. There was gameplay focused things. I do have one more thing on that list, and that is Zom 100. Not a game, an anime. Yeah, it aired back in, like, I think it was the fall season, but it sort of went on hiatus around episode 9. So these last 3 episodes kind of came out of nowhere. And I guess they, like, wrap things up. Like, they could have more adventures, but they're not leaving me on a cliffhanger or anything, so that's good. Because, again, indefinite hiatus. I guess the studio, like, went on strike or something because they're being overworked like so many other studios. Especially, like, Mappa, who's been taking everything and putting out straight bangers every time, but apparently all those workers want to fucking die. It's a shame because they made they're working on a lot of my favorite shows right now, like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and Vinland Saga. I don't think Mappa was the studio working on this one, so conditions are probably much worse if it actually forced them to go on hiatus like that. Anyways, Bucket List of the Dead is what it sounds like. They're zombies, and this guy, who's like a salaryman, was getting really depressed with his life, sees it as an opportunity to go have fun finally, and go do everything that's on his bucket list. And, you know, it's cute, all the zombies, like, eat rainbows, because it's, you know, it's fun, it's interesting, it's having a great time. He has no sense that he's in danger. You know, they're fun zombie kills, lots of blood explosions. Yeah, it's a funny show, it's a good time. It's not at all serious, but, good time. I think we have all the evidence now, don't we? Sexy. Oh. I knew I heard sex. No, I guess we're still missing a piece. Oh, it was not sex, it was rape. I'm looking at you now, it looks like. There's totally a QTE segment, and that might be this right now. And, let me tell you, I hate QTEs, especially when the timer is really short, and, that's definitely what's going on here. Yeah, there's really not much to say about Zom 100. It was just a fun time. It's colorful. I like the artwork. Characters are fun. It's funny. And, you know, there's a lot of fun blood and stuff, you know? Who doesn't like seeing zombies get dismembered in a Dead Rising-esque way? And that's what I'd call it, I guess. Like, if you weren't following the story mode of Dead Rising, you're just goofing around, that's Psalm 100. And it's a real shame that the studio had to be so terrible. Why do you just walk by me like that? Like, my back's right here looking all juicy and delicious. He doesn't want a piece of that axe. Oh, jeez. So, like, the final arc of the show I thought was really silly, actually. Because they needed to have conflict to wrap it up, make it feel like something happened, I guess. So what they came up with was having a guy with an evil bucket list. Like some Death Note shit. Characters like, I want a flat screen TV, I want to date an airline hostess, I want to get a motorcycle, and they're just like, I want to make everyone suffer. I want to watch someone get turned into a zombie. I want to cut someone's arm off. I want to feed someone to a zombie. Oh god, the gravelly voice is making me choke. Hold on, I need water. Ah, he'll hydrate. So yeah, that was Goofy, but it was a comedy show, so Goofy's fine, right? I guess the exact same room's there, but it doesn't have the wood pulp from the boxes I destroyed. Well, those sure look like boxes I destroyed. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. Yeah, I went the wrong way. Put me down! Coffee with milk. Take. Turkey sandwich, nice. Why is it purple? Oh, there it is, QTs. I hate it. No, no, no. Damn coward. Only one to strike me from behind. I think it's just like a maze, and you run into him periodically. Probably evidence at the end. Don't kill me. Too many melee weapons in the stash now. He's got a loose polygon on his eyeball. Wow, a save point. Hey, it updated my username. I did that in the settings. I didn't know if it would change it in game. Because I saved as user first, like the generic profile it makes. Yeah, hello.
See you.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? I'm in the save room. Can't hurt me in here. Who else would know I'm here other than cops? Maybe the tree man, you would know. We would have seen him follow us, right? Or they would have. Been here the whole time. Yeah, if you didn't save in here, you're kind of fucked, I think. Wow. I was actually supposed to hold my breath. I thought it didn't matter because it was looking at the locker that it wasn't in. There was the blood. It was sparks. Well, continue. This is why we saved. Hold on. You just say you probably want to go get water.
or something. Alright, this time I just gotta hold my breath. I just apprehend him right now while his guard is down. I made an awful lot of noise holding my breath like that. This jackass not opening any of these lockers. Checked under the sink. They're looking for a man, not a mouse. Could have been me. Man got a new axe. His hood is very clearly not a part of the raincoat. Why is it the same color?
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
Oh, I guess he picked the axe up. I thought that was going to be the last piece of evidence. Oh. Why are they making this be the way that I run? Jesus Christ. Why am I pushing this? Just go around.
box for me. How nice of them. This is not good. I hate this. I remembered it being QTEs, but this is worse. For real? Man, that was so quick. Now I get a chance to evade again. Thank God. Just open the door so casually. Come on, I hit X. Why gotta be like that? Run. It didn't even give me a prompt to evade that time, dog. Thank you, Vines. Ah! My legs are strong enough to not take elevators. Not strong enough to kick him in the head after that either. If this is Leon, this shit would be over. No one gets to skip taking the elevator, you son of a bitch. No, I thought I was gonna shoot the button, or that's like exactly what I'm doing. Fuck out of here. Torn piece of raincoat. When did it tear? I didn't hit him. Oh, bondage. You noticed that she was tied up the first time. I guess things got a little more freaky than she intended after the bondage. Like, oh, cute raincoat. It's real scary. What are you gonna do to me in that? And then she starts running. In the heels. This is a nail. Here. I guess we know that she's a redhead now.
That's all the information we need, Zach. Let's go back and show them what we found.
God, that was a terrible sound.
Have you seen any of these things before?
No, not that I know of. But that raincoat is a little odd.
Odd? In a town where it rains so much?
Well, the people here rarely go out in the rain. I moved here during high school, and I never really understood why. Can you shed some light on this, George?
Oh, well, there's an old story, folklore. It's a fairy tale, to me. Something about a killer in a raincoat who appears on rainy nights. A vicious killer in a bright red raincoat. Yeah, that was it. Just a foolish piece of superstition. A rubbish story someone made up. Not many people still believe it, but I guess it's a traditional place. Most of the shops still close up when it rains. School's out too. And since there's no reason to go out, not many people ever wear raincoats.
And now the raincoat killer has leapt out from his picture book. Oh, by the way, would you two kindly show me your backs?
Our backs? Is this related to the case?
The person with the upside-down peace mark in that photo we found. He's our killer.
And what makes you so sure about that?
Zach and I saw him kill Anna in the lumber mill. He killed her. Right in there.
Oh, one thing. Please don't ask me about Zach. That's a private matter. Anyway, by showing me your backs, we can clear up most of my concerns about you. Isn't that for the best? You do want to remove yourselves from the suspect list. It will make things a lot easier.
This is insane. Your methods are rude, insulting, and out of the question. And Emily is a female officer.
Have them show me their back.
Forcing her to show you her back is harassment. I don't care if you are FBI or not. You are out of line.
The picture's clearly a man, right?
George, it's okay. Let's just show him and get it over with.
Emily, are you crazy?
Look,
George, I want him to
flash our
see.
backs and he'll start trusting us a little more. Right? Agent York?
Alright, calm down, music director. It's just a back.
Are you satisfied now?
Yes. My apologies.
Now you, George.
Yeah, okay. I can't refuse it now, can I? But don't expect to get your way all the time, Agent Morgan.
Huh?
George!
What are these scars?
Just like your Mr. Zach. Something private. I don't have to tell you about it.
Of course. Just like Zach. You can understand that, right, Zach?
And that seemed like some kind of sex cult thing in there, didn't it?
This will make things a lot easier.
Could be involved.
I'm glad to say you're both pretty
Maybe
much
not
off
the
the
killer, but involved.
Thank you for your cooperation.
If anyone is suspicious around here, it's him. He's the most suspicious.
No, I don't think so. But he certainly is the most irritating.
We've studied the crime scene. You know what we have to do next, Zach.
George, can we arrange to have the townfolk gather in one place? There's some things I want to address with the townfolk.
Very well. I'll arrange to have as many as possible gather in the community center tomorrow.
Thank you, George.
There. I don't know if we go right back to the hotel or if I have to drive there, but you can only sleep like 8 hours, of course. So we've got a lot of time to kill here, because when they try to introduce you to side activities, I guess. And I'd like to try and
Welcome
kill
back,
some
everyone.
now.
Thomas.
Probably won't get to the next event
Agent
in
Morgan,
this play
it's
session,
past
but,
2100. Let's meet up again at the community center tomorrow. I haven't been sleeping much since this all started, to be honest. I'm exhausted.
I was just about to suggest the same thing.
I'll make arrangements for people to gather between 1500 and 1700.
It's so late in the day.
I'll try and
we
get
can
as many
do it,
people as
dude.
I can to come, so don't be late. Okay? Don't be late.
I'll be there.
The community center's on the south side. I've marked it on your map.
Thanks, Thomas.
Well then, see you tomorrow.
Alright, so start here. I guess you can replay the missions. Yeah, I'm gonna get over there. Should I ram it? I think I want to ram it. Probably destroy it with the gun to do that.
Speaking of 80s movies, one jewel in the rough springs to mind. Deadly Spawn. Do you remember that one, Zach? Back in '83, directed by Douglas McCown. Right, it was filmed pretty cheap, but still it was pretty good. The monster design with the mouth crammed full of teeth, I loved it. So many delicious B-movie cliches. Did you know that they made a sequel? But I never got to see the sequel. The rental store didn't have it for some reason. They said the staff for the sequel was totally different from the original. Wonder how the sequel turned out. You know, the monster in that one responded to sound. Wait, Zach. Sounds a lot like the movie Tremors. I think that one was back in '89, directed by Ron Underwood. Now that was a great role for Kevin Bacon. Masterpiece. Zach, that one had sequels like crazy. I remember there was a fourth one. I've only seen the first one.
How do you like the first movie and not see the sequel? I understand it's probably shit by the fourth one, but come on. You ever notice that about deteriorate in quality with every sequel. Unless it's like a pre-baked thing, like The Lord of the Rings, like the books were all written first, of course. And, you know, the hardcore fans will tell you that the movies are shit compared to the books. You know, the movies are great. But yeah, like video games, they usually get better with sequels. Books, they can go either way, of course, and movies. I don't know, maybe one sequel's fine, and like when it starts to turn into a franchise, things tend to go south. I guess Pirates of the Caribbean was all written first, too, and those started to deteriorate pretty quickly. I like the first few, and I haven't really seen... I think I tried to watch the fourth one, and I couldn't get through it, and that's the last one I even attempted to see. I can't figure out how to get in there. And I'm not sure that I even care to, like... I think it's neat that you can get achievements on the emulator, and maybe someone like Gerard had to do this. You would, of course, need that feature. But me? I don't have to worry about achievements. It's a little liberating, so maybe I don't need to get this collectible. It's just a card. It can't be attached to a side quest, right? Let's not worry about it. And these races, I don't have to do them. I might try one, but the driving feels really bad. So if I'm not able to do this, then I'll have to sweat it. Now, I'll try and do whatever side quest I can, because I'm sure there's funny story value there, but stuff like this, where it's just a thing to do for the sake of it, I don't have to worry about it. Games make the arrow on the checkpoint point in the direction of the next one if it's not already visible. So things like that don't happen. Better in the grass. Most games don't bother with that level of simulation, but I remember Cyberpunk did. You like needed to have the nomad vehicle if you're driving in the desert. Try to take like the most expensive one, like the Corpo Ariondite or whatever it was called, to drive like shit on the sand. Car drives like shit in general, it's too fast, but still, you know what I'm trying to say. It's all about that smart car with the suicide doors. That's turning radius. Yeah, right, let's not worry about the race. bet you can get like a costume or something for doing those. Who cares? I know the second game has like a leveling system, so that would give you a reason to go and wander off and do shit. Go beat up squirrels, getting levels.
I think Fred Ward was in it. You say Fred Ward, and I say Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. That one was back in '85, I think. Directed by Guy Hamilton. Guess Hamilton was aiming to start a series like 007.
This man just makes connections from shit people say.
Real shame.
That's what it takes to be an FBI.
Do you remember the martial arts they used in that film? Called Senanjin? The ultimate in martial arts, using no weapons at all. Remo's master Chun ran across water, remember? And he loved soap operas. Man, that was a good character. He was played by Joel Grey, the best supporting actor in Cabaret. Of course, in Remo, he had so much makeup on, you couldn't tell.
Kung Fu mean empty hand, or is that karate? Karate. I know that they train in weapons, but that's like to teach discipline, but the rule is you can't bring a weapon to a fight. If one happens to be present, you're free to pick it up. Some Yakuza style shit, but bring your own, you're a wuss. Probably don't even need to bother with that even. What I need is to get back to the hotel, which probably look at the map for. That's what I was just looking at. I did not think I needed to look at for that reason. So let's do that again. Shit. Yeah, the objective marker is pointing us to the community center right now, so I have to find my own path. Yeah. So, from where I be, going forward, make a left, that'll take us to the hotel. Forward till we can go left.
Now, Joel Grey's daughter is, of course, that's right, Jennifer Grey. You knew that, right, Zach? Jennifer Grey. She's in one of my most favorite movies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 1986, directed by John Hughes. That one was so 80s. Zach, you're not the most cheerful guy I know, but you really do like those cheerful movies. We used to love those teenage movies back then, didn't we? Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink, St. Elmo's Fire, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That last one was in 1982, directed by Amy Hecker. Now that was an impressive film. You've got Sean Penn in the lead, with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Phoebe Cates. Not to mention Nicolas Cage and Forrest Whitaker were in it too.
Hey,
And the original book and the script were written by Cameron Crowe. How could that not be a great film? Do you remember, Zach?
Cage's gotta be something
Last words
remarkable.
at the end was from an arcade game. That's right, it was from Missile Command. That stuck in my head for a while. The memories. I feel like I have a lot of movies to catch up on. Let's just hope we can get to the end of this case soon. Then maybe we can catch up on a few. Give some thought about what movie you want to see next, Zach.
Bueller's Day Off was actually a kind of frustrating watch, because he just uses everyone kind of fucked up. Like, I did not like Ferris. Fucking ruins his best friend's life, trashes his dad's car and shit. Like, come on, man. And he's just like, no, it's cool, we're friends. Yeah, I would have reacted so differently. He does have a meltdown at one point, but like it's not directed at Bueller, from what I remember. Took half a tank to get back to the fucking hotel. Luckily there's a shiny new car waiting for us.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today. Just think of talking in front of all those people. What do you think, Zach? It's going to get fun.
You think that like half the cop's job is just walking places and picking up used cars? Alright, so we've got like a half hour to kill some in-game time. Maybe a little longer. I think we only went like 2 hours last time because of the crash. You know, whatever gets me the most convenient save. So you don't have to watch it and you sit around and do whatever. Next time, as soon as we start, it's gonna be a rough way to start. See that, Zach? Save. Pretty sure there's a cutscene when we wake up. Long sleep. Alright, so it's 21 right now. 21 plus 12. That'd take us like 9 o'clock. 9:45. I suppose. I mean, I don't know when stores open up, but 9 sounds pretty reasonable, right? Oh boy, I am starving. Jesus, my health is draining rapidly. just gonna go to the diner. We can. Shave. Love getting paid to shave. Might be the next day when the cutscene happens. Right now we already have an objective. Unexpected trouble is coming your way. Lucky later.
There's always trouble heading my way in this job. But I'm up for a little excitement, too. There's no theme park in this town, though. All that good luck is just slipping away. But I think I'll have a thrilling enough time right here anyway.
God damn, there's something in my throat, dog. So there's no breakfast today? Plenty of food here. You expect me to eat all of it myself, can she? Yep. Oh, he's gotta eat junk food over overpriced hotel food that tastes mid as fuck. It's always like that. I fucking hate it. Charge me extra for convenience. And it doesn't even fucking taste good. Tastes worse than the fucking shit burger I can go get at Wendy's. For less. $10 less, we're talking. $10 is like the difference between a freaking basket of chicken wings and a steak. Give me a donut. Is that truly 1950, or is it $1.95? It's raining. There's a flower out there, and we should go see what that is. Full loading screen just to look inside the building. That is money, but it seemed a little illegal. Fucking chipmunk.
What are these?
This flower. There's something very mesmerizing about it. I wonder what it's called. I'll take one with me and ask someone later.
Name is Kazuma Kiryu. Catch a fish. I wonder if we can eat it. It's all automated? Alright, I guess I just supposed to press X at the right moment. Just pressing X is what canceled it there. I don't know what the right moment would be. I see a big tug. Don't understand this. They didn't explain how to fish. Alright. We ain't fucking with that. They didn't tell me how to do it. Like, why are there no rules? They'll teach me at some other point in the story, but come on. I've actually been replaying Red Dead 2, and you know, that's exactly what they do. Just get to a part in the story and they make you play a mini game, and that's how you learn to do it. And there's a part where they make you do poker, a part where they make you hunt, a part where they make you fish, a part where they make you do a bounty hunt. Like, so you gotta do everything. Treasure hunting came from a stranger, but still that had like story attached to it too. And normally you have to go like buy maps off wanderers. Such a good open world game. There's just so much shit to do in it. And that's kind of why I returned. Like, I was playing on my brother's account and therefore his computer before because you need this stupid social club. The double DRM made it really difficult to share it originally. and now I own it myself. And I just wanted to do more hunting and fishing and whatnot. I'm still playing the story again because it's good, but you know. I'm mostly there for the side content this time and having a great time doing it. Got 5 hours to walk around. Let's head into town. See, I know there's like a mini game of sorts you can do at the grocery store. But first I want to head to the diner so we can stop starving.
Okay, Zach. I've been thinking about what movie I'd like to watch next. And finally I've made a decision. It's always hard to narrow it down just to one movie. But I've put a lot of thought into this. And I'm sure you'll agree with me. 1975. Directed by Steven Spielberg himself. The grandfather of panic movies. Set in a small town in Massachusetts. That movie made me stay away from the beach for years. I was always afraid that a hand might come floating up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. It's Jaws. The underwater camera work, accompanied by that John Williams music. I'd never been that scared by a movie before. But the best thing about it is that it isn't just another panic movie. The mayor who won't close the beach even when there are so many victims. Chief Brody putting the citizens' lives above all else. The film gave a lot of time to the dispute and friction between them. It certainly had a lot of messages for a 2-hour film. That's probably another reason why it was such a record-breaking hit. One of my regrets in life is that I didn't see it at the movie theater. I guess I was still just a child back then. But still, I wanted to taste that terror in real time. That reminds me, Zach. Did you know this one? Jaws also appears in another movie that was produced by Spielberg. The second Back to the Future. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who later made Forrest Gump. That's also a masterpiece, of course, but we'll discuss that another time. So, the scene with... Zach, we'll finish our chat later. Let's take a walk around here.
I thought he was done. I think he picks up as soon as he gets back in the car, though. Forrest Gump is, of course, one of the best movies ever. Infinitely rewatchable. Funny that York does exactly what I do. Not talking to myself in the car, but you know, just talking bullshit to fill in space in between interesting stuff on stream, you know.
Zach, picking up from where we left off. Okay, Zach, I've been thinking about what movie I'd like to watch next, and finally I've made a decision. It's always hard to narrow it down just to one movie, but I put a lot of thought into it.
He's gotta go through the whole conversation.
We'll finish our chat later. Let's take a walk around here.
We'll at least eat first. Well, I'm gonna cough really hard, so I'm gonna hit the mute button right now. Yeah, I think that helped. Sometimes it's good to spit afterwards, otherwise whatever's in your throat just keeps coming back. This is the police station. Why is it marked with a fork and knife? Or there's food here, what the hell? Oh. Will make lunch for me because I love this cooking.
What exactly do you want to talk to everyone about?
This case goes deeper than you think. The townfolk may have heard about the murder, but they don't understand it. It's a very dangerous situation, and I need to warn them properly. I hope most of them are decent enough to come.
No problem there. Emily has made all the arrangements.
I've told everyone to gather around between 1500 and 1700.
Great.
They get
Reminds me of a
waffles and I
film
got a
saw recently.
sandwich.
A town is under attack by aliens, and so the mayor calls all citizens to the town hall to warn them. However, seeing this, the aliens attack the hall and wipe them all out together.
Is that relevant, Agent York?
The way they kill is fantastic. They used a combination of balloons and meat sauce for exploding heads. Those aliens start firing their death rays and heads start popping, like splat. Really quite something.
Agent York, some of us are trying to eat here.
I know, Emily, I'm one of them. Well, anyway, your cooking is the best, Thomas. Thank you.
Nope, no problem.
I gotta use that defense sometime. I'd always like burp or something at the dinner table. And my sister would be like, Brian, I'm eating. Yeah, so am I. That's why I fucking burped. Except, you know, that was only internal thoughts. Here is my police vehicle. Where is my police vehicle? Check the map for activities. Yeah, no, suspect. I guess those are people I haven't met yet. Pink building. What could be there? Galaxy of Terror. Ryan's house. I guess any red building has a description. The A&G Diner. That's where I thought I was going. Book Mountain Bank. Thomas, Carol, and Fiona. It's like an apartment complex. Extended Lines Incorporated. Main tracks. Bergamot Farm. Movie Center, aka Mercury Theater. I guess they play movies there. Curious about Galaxy of Terror, but sorry, didn't feel that coming. Electric substation, Keith's house. Heaven and Hell gas station. Maybe that's the supermarket I'm looking for. The Panda Bear? That's either the gun store or a Chinese food place. Milk Barn, that's the grocery store. Sperry 65, a bar. Quint. So, January Way. The road name changes, but I just gotta head straight after backing out of here on Lincoln Street. Ah, there's vents. I need gas in this car too. Oh well, there was a gas station over there. Pull it up. Come on, the car. Card. Haven't met her yet. Must be Keith's wife. Maybe Keith's more of a granddad and that would be the kids' moms.
Picking up from where we left off. Okay, Zach. I've been thinking about what movie I'd like to watch next. And finally I've made a decision.
It's always hard to narrow it down just to one movie, but I put a lot of thought into this, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. 1975. Directed by Steven Spielberg himself. The grandfather of panic movies. Set in a small town in Massachusetts. That movie made me stay away from the beach for years.
Never heard the term panic movie before, but that's totally is a genre now I think of it.
Yeah. It's Jaws. The underwater camera work accompanied by that John Williams music. I've never been that scared by a movie
Think
before.
like the Twilight Zone.
The best thing
Most of
about
the
it
episodes
is
are
that
just
it's
panic.
another panic movie.
And you don't actually see whatever
So many victims.
terrifying thing is actually out there.
The citizens' lives above all else.
All points that, humanity is the real monster or whatever.
It certainly had a lot of messages for a 2-hour film. That's probably another reason why it was such a record-breaking hit. One of my regrets in life is that I didn't see it at the movie theater. I guess I was still just a child back then. But still, I wanted to taste that terror in real time. That reminds me, Zach. Did you know this one? Jaws also appears in another movie that was produced by Spielberg. Second Back to the Future. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who later made Forrest Gump. That's also a masterpiece, of course, but we'll discuss
I've never seen Back to the Future either. You going the wrong way? Big fuck me. I swear this map rotated. So, right when I get into town, go left. I had the map up too, man. We're gonna have to restart that conversation again.
Zach, picking up from where we left off. Okay, Zach, I've been thinking about what movie I'd like to watch next, and finally I've made a decision.
It's always hard to narrow it down just to one movie, but I've put a lot of thought into this, and I'm sure you'll agree with me. 1975. Directed by Steven Spielberg himself. The grandfather of panic movies. Set in a small town in Massachusetts. That movie made me...
I actually don't think I've seen any of Spielberg's films, if
I was afraid that a
any.
hand might come floating up. You know what I'm talking
He's obviously like the biggest named director.
It's Jaws.
Even though
The
he's
underwater
like
camera work
old
accompanied by that
and
John
somewhat
Williams
retired
music.
now. I think he still makes
Never
stuff,
been that
but
scared by a movie before.
not as much.
But the best thing about it is that it isn't just another panic movie. The mayor who won't close the beach even when
I'm
there are
not sure
so
what
many
he's made.
cameras.
He might have
Chief
directed
Brody
Star
believed
Wars.
citizens' lives
I
above
think he
all
did
else.
Indiana Jones too, but I've never seen
Gave a lot
Indiana
of time to the
Jones.
dispute and friction
As
between
much as I like the character.
It certainly had a lot of messages for a 2-hour film. That's probably another reason why it was such a record-breaking hit.
Right, the game, The Great
My
Circle.
regrets in life
What a
is that I
terrible
didn't see it
name.
in the
It
movie
looks
theater.
fun though.
I guess I was still just a child back then. But still, I wanted to taste that terror.
I didn't even know if they were working on Indiana Jones game
That
until like
reminds
a
me,
month
Zach.
ago, and then they
Did you
finally
notice
show it, and wow.
Jaws also appears in another movie that was produced by Spielberg. Second Back to the Future. It was directed by Robert Zemeckis, who later made Forrest Gump. That's also a masterpiece, of course, but we'll discuss that another time. So the scene where Jaws appears is right after Marty McFly goes 30 years into the future. He passes by a movie theater and is attacked by a holographic shark. Marty is shocked, of course, but looking closer, he sees the words, Jaws Part 19. The director is credited as Steven Spielberg Jr. In reality, there were actually only 4 Jaws movies. It was still a great joke. 30 years from 1985 would be 2015. We'll be there pretty soon.
I wonder what life would be like by then, Zach.
So, is the gas station over here, or am I fooling myself? Yeah, it's just on the left coming up. And that was kind of worth it, right? Got a punchline from a movie I've never seen.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today. Just think of talking in front of all those people. What do you think, Zach? It's going to get fun.
2 hours. I think it's just a cutscene, actually. Like, we go and talk to people, but there's not a whole level. Maybe we can do that. And save when we're in there or something. The hell? I always take my raincoat off before getting in the car. You wouldn't want to get your seat wet, right? thought the license plate said something, but I can't make it out if it does. Hello, Sydney.
Oh, I've never seen you here before. You in town to see some sights?
Well, I'm seeing some sights.
What's your name?
I'm Gina. Folks call me the Rose.
I'm Francis York Morgan, FBI Special Agent. I'm investigating the death of Anna Graham.
FBI? Wow, how cool. And, oh, I like that scar.
Do you have any info on Anna or any suspicious individuals?
Ugh, I hate that complex stuff. Let's have a more simple conversation.
Simple?
Yeah. Do you want gas or not?
Yes. That's exactly why I came here.
Uh-huh.
When you pull it, when you put it in, is that the kind of thorn we talking about? Oh, hold on, I want gas. Oh, hold on, I need gas. Baby, put it in, please. Ah. Sponge. Does she clean my car with her titties? Everybody love a titty wash. It's the whole reason you have a Boy Scout car wash, so you can see the MILFs. It says it's open, so I'm gonna get in. I would like to speak to your manager. The titty lady did not give me gas. Oh, maybe I have to pull in under the thing to fill up. Some gas. Well, I'm running on fumes here. Oh, hey, Daddy. You're not gonna give me the gas. Where's the other lady at?
You from out of town? I ain't seen you here before.
I'm Francis York Morgan, FBI Special Agent. I'm investigating the death of Anna Graham.
Do you have any info on Anna or any suspicious individuals?
I ain't got nothing to tell the cops.
What about the FBI?
Shut up!
At least give me your name.
I'm Jack. They call me Raging Bull.
That's a manly nickname.
Shut it! If you're a customer, act like one and shut the mouth. Huh?
Why did neither of them want to talk to me? Benjamin. I think that's $100. Okay, well. This is number 3. I wonder what that quest is. Or 2. Rosy Lips Gina. Probably means I need her to pump my gas. Yeah, babe. Get that out here. Give me that pump.
Uh-huh.
Fill her up. Is that how I repair it? $5 a gallon. Can't believe how expensive gasoline is. I don't think it's that expensive right now, but goddamn. I guess this is Clinton era recession. Maybe gas was that expensive. I don't know. I was a kid. Give me that titty wash. Yeah. She just licked my fucking windshield. That's disgusting. Alright. Maybe I have to talk to her specifically, but she's not outside right now because of the rain. Alright, what are those icons? Junkyard. I think you have to do some puzzles to get to the cards in there. I want to go to Panda Bear and then the North Barn, I guess. Panda Bear should be the gun dealer, and I'm not sure what he has to offer exactly. It could just be equipment to buy, it could be upgrades, I don't remember. Closed. I guess we'll go to Milk Barn. They can play darts. Is that the sweary bar? I wanted to pop in there to see if there's anything strange. Maybe gives you trivia about his past games or something.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the community center by 1500 today. Just think of talking in front of all those people.
I only know that Premonition and the Good Life.
It's going to get fun.
No, I've heard they might have one about a female detective that, like, has visions when she masturbates at crime scenes or something. Milk Barn's closed. Man, what a shitty way to make the second day. Just gotta wait.
how do I get to the community center? Fuck. That's the police department. Meaning what? I'm over here? No. I would be north of here. So I go back past the substation and then make a right. Maybe grab that card while we're over there. Grab a couple cards, why not? Everything else is closed here as well. I don't know why I covered my mouth as if it was going to muffle the sound. I either remember to hit the mute or I don't. Is Jack a different color there? I bet him and Jack are friends. I was worried I'd have to go through a maze, but it looks like the cart is outside the fence. No! No! Yes! No! Come on, we made it through before. Alright, well there's probably a correct way to get in there. Yep, the maze. That wasn't so bad.
just gonna grab... none.
Nothing. Just my imagination.
Looks like we're gonna have an hour of free time still when we get there. Maybe I should see if that bar's open. One had drinks, the other one had darts. I like the sound of drinks better. Maybe closed. Yep, everything's fucking closed. Dude, we go and collect cards. Was doing it just because, like, that's my gamer instincts made me do. But I already told you, I'm not 100% in this. That'd be crazy. Not when it controls so poorly. The PC version I might have, but that one crashes. I'm just here for the story.
So, where shall we go next?
It's not gonna time skip, right?
Zach, Emily arranged for people to come between 1500 and 1700.
We can't do anything here right now. Let's come back at the right time.
Yeah, well, I can't do anything else, dog, so, I'll find something to talk about. Let's see, I've been playing Dome Keeper. It is a dig dug roguelike, I guess, and you've got a dome, and you're like sort of a bee-man, like a space bee-man. And you dig underground to get resources, and you come back up periodically to defend your dome from monsters. When you get ore, you pick it up with like a string you attach to yourself, and it slows you down a lot, so you have to like balance how many pieces you grab at once. Yeah, and you can upgrade like how much that slowdown is or what your top speed is. You need to combine those along with drill strength, and you get upgrades for all your weapons and too, of course. It becomes a bit of a balancing act if you're not moving quick enough. Because obviously the monsters will overwhelm you, but if you dump all your points into weapons, then you won't be able to dig efficiently anymore. And when you're digging, you can also find like artifacts, which you bring up, and they'll add new features to your dome. Like you can get a bomb that generates periodically, and you come throw that in, and you get like a pet that digs for you, or you can get a little grab shaft that pulls the resources up slowly. That one's probably the most useful of the bunch. But that's more things for you to like focus your resources into, and it becomes a bit of a pain. I rarely ever get a successful run, but I have had a few successful runs. And each time you win, you unlock like a new feature. First, it'll be stuff like alternate characters, alternate domes with different weapons, different game modes. And after you've unlocked those, it's not over. You unlock new tech paths, new tech branches for the upgrades that you already have, which is cool. I just recently got the second character unlocked. It seems like there's only two, but I may have been spoiled on a secret third one. It might be a game mode. I don't know if it's actually an actual keeper, but it's neat. The second guy's a lot more complicated because he's like a wizard. He throws balls that like ricochet, and they auto dig, and it's cool, but it's also kind of slow, and like he doesn't do the string thing either. He picks things up and he like fires them in clusters. And it's a little complicated, honestly. I'm still not very good at playing him. But it seems like his skill ceiling is like a lot higher. So he's potentially very good. I just don't know how to use him yet. And the resources, he has a lot more upgrade paths to go down. It's more complicated to figure out. While we're waiting, I can totally like open up Steam and show you some of that. And show the other two games talked about too, right? Like Tinykin, there's Tinykin. And the images. Oh, I forgot about the cute animated cutscenes that show off what each of the things does. Toilet paper, and you can go on stairs. Store page probably has better pictures. See, time isn't passing. That's kind of pissing me off, so now I'm rushing a little. Of course, it's gonna load slow now. Yeah, this was a good time. And what was the other one? Ending. Literally never heard of this. My brother actually gifted it to me like out of nowhere. I was like, oh, he probably got it in his Humble Monthly or something, but it wasn't from that. So like, I don't know how he got a hold of this game. But, you know, it was neat. A little beat 'em up thing. Taiwanese man. The first boss's name was like Dong or something. It's hilarious. Jeez. What is it? Dome. Dome Keeper. This actually has a lot of similarities to, Wall World. Especially with the upgrades and stuff, and now it's just about digging and defending your thing. You gotta, like, rush back to it. When this came out, I, like, looked into reviews, and they're like, Wall World's funner. And I kind of agree, but they're also, like, slightly different perspectives, and there's maybe more depth to this. I don't know. And this is made for like small runs. Multiplayer could be fun. I like the minimalist palette this thing's got going on.
Like a wall world over here because that was fun. Like the thing wall world has and this doesn't is one an expansion I still have to play, Deep Threat. It has more story and stuff. Apparently, there's like another spider mech that you have to fight at points in that. But also, let me see if there's a picture. Got the titty lady. Now you can't tell in the still image, but they animated them titties. They are ridiculous. Anyways, like, did it crash? Did. Fatal error. Damn. Oh, that's a shame. Good thing we saved not too long ago, so I guess we will call it here, and I will just wait in silence before we start the next stream, and, we will be ready to go when I start it. And yeah, I will see you guys in a week. Is this how I bring up the calendar? The 12th. This is my first day at the new job. I remember saying I didn't have a start date before because I went to training and it turned out that wasn't the right day. They were doing training that day. I don't know how the hell I got that date in my head, but it was not for me. And I'm starting on the 12th. So, in exactly 1 week from now, I guess it would be Sunday actually. I'll probably be available. So, I'm gonna have to wake up at 7 a.m., and that's gonna be a problem. So, I might do it early, if not at all. Maybe Saturday. We will see. Friday's usually a good time to do it too, because I go to the bar on Friday usually. And if the beer doesn't knock me out before I remember, you get to see drunk me who chokes on his words less. Anyways,